What's going on, guys? I am back with another video. Today's is going to be a tad different just because obviously my intro is in here and not the car. Only reason for that is because the intro that I actually did record was it was not, I don't think my mic was actually turned on or it wasn't plugged in right. Something was going on with the audio and it just didn't sound good. So, I want to make these videos as quality as I can for you guys. So that's why I'm here and not in the car. But today is going to be a chest and arm day, and y'all are in for it. We burned out our chest and our arms pretty good. So I don't really have too much else to talk about. Everything, obviously, I didn't have much, really anything important to say over there either. So, yeah, let's go ahead and cut to the lift. All right, so we've got a chest and arm day for you today. So first of all, we're doing flat dumbbell bench to start off with. We don't do flat dumbbell bench a ton. I actually really like the flat dumbbell bench. I think it's good for switching it up every once in a while from the normal regular bench press. So I actually really like it. I think it gives you a chance to. I think it works on wide chest a little more because you see when you come down, you're really having to push those single weights up. I'll kind of point it out again in my next set. So here we've got 70s, but you see how I'm starting low right there, and you kind of have to bring your arms out a little bit to push up. I feel like it focuses on your outer chest a little more than regular bench does. I'm not saying regular bench is bad. Regular bench is still, one of my favorite exercises, but I do like to get a good mix in there. So, of course, like I said, still make sure you're doing both, but don't be afraid to mix it up every once in a while. If you normally do flat dumbbell bench, switch over to bench press for once in a while, or every once in a while. And if you normally do regular bench, do dumbbell bench every once in a while. So it's good to mix it up. So here we've got dips. These, I hate these things, man. Like they burn a lot, but they're still kind of tough for me. But I don't know. I kind of suck at them. So that's why I don't like them. But honestly, like I get low. Like, okay, you'll see that, I kind of cheated myself on that first one there. But I still feel like I get pretty low on them. I'm always cheating myself on that first set, though. Same thing with squats, which I've been working on. I just honestly feel like it's kind of in my head, but that's besides the point. But anyways, you see I'm getting pretty low, but these will go straight to your triceps, and you'll get a little bit of chest in there, too. So those are pretty good for triceps and a little bit of chest too. So you'll see why I'm recording at this angle in just a second. This is called a superset, so we were doing two things together. So we were doing preacher curls here, which, like I've said in the past, preacher curls are some of my favorite bicep workouts you can do. They just really, really isolate your biceps, as you don't have much else you really can't use any other muscle doing preacher curls. So yeah, those are some of my favorites, which you'll see me walk over this other bar here. These are going to be reverse curls. So these are straight forearms. These will build your forearms up. These are good. To be honest, I should probably do more forearm workouts and exercises just because I don't focus on it enough. But this is what we were doing right here. So yeah, these are going to go straight forearms. You'll feel it in your biceps too a little bit. But yeah, these are mainly for your forearms. I only recorded one of these sets because it was pretty long. So next thing, we have the classic tricep pull downs. Okay, look, I'm going to point out why I like tricep pull downs so much. You can see my tricep muscle flexing there on literally every single rep. That's why I like these so much. They're so good at isolating your triceps. I mean, that's what they're supposed to do, but I don't know. Maybe my form on some other tricep workouts just isn't quite as good, but I love tricep pull downs. You'll see on this second set here, I pulled my hands up on the rope a little bit instead of being, at the bottom of the rope. I actually preferred this way. I felt it more in my triceps like this. I just felt the burn more. I felt like I was getting more isolation out of it. And yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to look to start doing from now on. So I highly recommend doing that if you're doing your tricep pull downs. Move your hand up a little bit to see how it feels. So here we've got overhead tricep pulls. Y'all know how these work as well. I've done these in my previous videos as well. These will also isolate your triceps pretty good. But it's still, tricep pull downs are just the GOAT. I mean, they are. I'm not saying you should only do tricep pull downs. You need to mix in some dips, some of these, and just make sure you're getting doing multiple things. We also, you'll see in a minute, we did skull crushers too. Skull crushers are also really good. They're really good at isolating your triceps. But I don't know, something about those pull downs, man. That's like one of the best burns I get out of, working out at all. So that and preacher curls, I don't know. I get such a satisfying burn out of those two. But anyways, yeah, so we're finishing up our overhead pulls here. You'll see I start shirling here a little bit. It's getting pretty heavy, but I told myself I can finish this out. So there's that one. So here we were actually doing, which I don't even know exactly what you call this. We were doing curls with the pulley machine, and we had just a little straight bar on there. That's all we were using. But these were pretty good, man. I like these. I probably prefer rope pulls over these if you're going to use the pulley machine. I mean, you can do both. They both will isolate different parts of your biceps, but these were cool. We tried something different here with these. So I enjoyed these a lot. These were pretty good, and you'll see me flexing there a little bit. So it was getting my biceps. It was definitely working my biceps pretty good. So this is a good one to switch it up with. If you're not used to doing these, make sure you're getting a good mix in. Don't just go in there and do the same workouts every single time. That's one thing you do want to avoid, or else, each workout is going to target slightly different parts of your muscles. So you just want to make sure you're mixing it up. So here is power bench. Basically, what power bench is, if you don't know, you'll see those black bars on the side. Which honestly, the bench was a little too high, so it wasn't perfect. But you want to let the bar land on it, and then you push up, not just touch your chest and go back up. I'm kind of moving it too fast, I would say. So I should have let it rest on my chest just a little longer before pushing back up. But you'll see I can do correct that eventually. So that was my first set there. We're going heavier here. This is 185. I can only crank out 3 here, I think. Yeah, you see how slow that's moving up just on my first rep. So yeah, that was tough. I'm my legs are pulling up and stuff. On this third one, I was really slow to get up. Gosh, that's moving slow, man. So yeah, I can only pull out 3 on there. You see, my chest is burning at that point. So here we actually dropped the bars, so it was only resting on our chest now with no support from the bars. This is one workout that's going to really improve your bench press, in my opinion, because you don't have any support. It's just your chest, you're pushing straight up with your chest. You don't have any momentum or anything, so you have to give it a dead stop and then push up from there, which that'll help your bench a ton. So if you want to improve your bench press, do these for sure. And you'll see how I'm waiting a lot longer there at the push up. He actually corrected me on that too, which I was mentioning that in the just a minute ago with the other power bench workout. But you'll see I'm waiting a little bit longer, which that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you're not having any momentum when you push up. So that's kind of the whole point there. But I actually dropped the weight here because I wasn't able to do very many reps on that last one because it was pretty heavy. So the power bench is hard, man. Power bench is not easy. You'll have to go down in weight quite a bit to be able to even do power bench. So it's tough, man. It's really hard. Like I said, the hardest part about it is you don't have any support or momentum. You're just having to push straight up after it's already, you're already resting it a little bit. So that's going to be my last rep for power bench. You'll see I'm getting up. I'm dead at this point. My chest was hurting. And this right here, I'll say this is the hardest chest thing we did, though. So it looks easy, of course. We're just doing regular bench press with only 25s on there. So that's only 95 pounds. That's not a lot. Well, I mean, when you've been lifting for, as long as I have, which isn't even that long, only since the beginning of the year. But basically my point is it's a lot less than what I normally would do. But we were doing burnouts. So I took a long time to say that. But we were doing burnouts. So I don't even know how many I got, to be honest. We were just going till failure. So you can count if you want, but I was dead. I can barely get it up there. To be honest, I feel like I was in my head a little bit. I probably could have gone a little longer, but my chest was done. My chest, this is 2 days later that I'm recording this, and my chest is still hurting. So here we've just got some regular bicep curls. You'll see I'm kind of ego lifting a little bit here, meaning my form is not as good, and I'm probably going a tad heavy. But you'll see in the next one I actually drop it a little bit because I know my form isn't doing amazing. So yeah, you see, I dropped it by 5 pounds here, and I feel like my form was much better here. I was not leaning or shaking as much, and not using my shoulders really. So that's that's more important than doing heavy weight. Always, everybody knows that, but you want to make sure you're getting your form right and not focusing on how much weight you can actually do. Get your form right, then worry about the weight. So that's what we're doing here. So we just got regular bicep curls. Here we've got our skull crushers. So everybody knows, what skull crushers are at this point. I have covered them in my previous videos as well. Skull crushers are really good for isolating your triceps. You'll see again in my arms there. You'll see my tricep muscles flexing every time I'm coming up. That's how you know, man. I'm using my triceps, and it's doing a good job of isolating those tricep muscles. Again, I'm gonna repeat it. Still not as good as pull downs, but like I said, you can't just do pull downs the whole time. You got to mix in other stuff. So that's that. Anyways, we actually went back to preacher curls here. I thought we were done after those skull crushers, but he was like, "Nah, let's get another set in." It's like, all right, I'm not gonna say no to preacher curls. I do like preacher curls. So, anyways, we're doing those here, and this is the last thing we did. I recorded both of these sets, and then we were done after this. I raised the seat up on the second one a little bit because I noticed I was sitting way too low on that other one, and my arms were having to extend out way too much. So here I felt like I was getting a lot more of my biceps in the second one here. But anyways, this is my last set, and I believe I went for 15 here. I don't be counting whenever I'm doing these voiceovers. I can't multitask that much. But anyways, I had to take a little breather there. I was really dead at this point, and I just needed a little break. But anyways, this is the last thing we did, and I'm finishing up here, so I will talk to you guys in just a sec. Let's go ahead and talk about what you just saw in the video, or in the lift. So anyways, that was obviously a chest and arm day. I'd say that was more arm focused, but well, I don't know, it was actually a pretty good mix of both, I'd say. So anyways, that was a really good lift. This is 2 days later, actually, and my chest still hurts. So maybe you could argue that it was a primarily chest focused day. But anyways, those burnouts on bench press destroyed my chest. Those were pretty brutal. But that's what it's supposed to happen. That's how it's supposed to be. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the lift. And really that's all I've got for you guys today. And of course we will be back tomorrow with another video. So as always, I appreciate y'all so much, and I'm out.